If I speak with the tongues of men and even angels, but have not love, that is reasoning, intentional spiritual devotion, such as is inspired by God's love in and for us, I am only a noisy gong or a clanging cymbal. If I have prophetic powers, the gift of interpreting the divine will and purpose of God, and understand all the secret truths and mysteries, and possess all knowledge, and if I have sufficient faith so that I can move mountains, and have not God's love in me, I am nothing, a useless nobody. Even if I dole out all that I have to the poor in providing food, and if I surrender my body to be burned, or in order that I may glory, but I have not love, God's love in me, I gain nothing. Love endures long and is patient and kind. Love never is envious or boils over with jealousy. It is not boastful or vainglorious. It does not display itself haughtily. It is not conceited, arrogant, and inflated with pride. It is not rude, unmannerly, and does not act unbecomingly. Love, God's love in us, does not insist on its own rights or its own way. It is not self-seeking. It is not touchy or fretful or resentful. It takes no account of the evil done to it. It pays no attention to a suffered wrong. It does not rejoice at injustice and unrighteousness, but rejoices when right and truth prevail. Love bears up under anything, everything that comes. It is ever ready to believe the best of everyone. Its hopes are faithless under all circumstances, and it endures everything without weakening. Love never fails, never fades out or becomes obsolete or comes to an end. As for prophecy, the gift of interpreting the divine will and purpose, it will be fulfilled and pass away. As for tongues, they will be destroyed and cease. As for knowledge, it will pass away, it will lose its value, and it'll be superseded by truth. For our knowledge is fragmentary, incomplete, imperfect. And our prophecy, our teaching is fragmentary, incomplete, imperfect. But when the complete and perfected total comes, the incomplete and imperfect will vanish away, become void. When I was a child, I talked like a child. I thought like a child. I reasoned like a child. Now I am grown. I am done with childish ways. I've put them aside for now. We are looking in a mirror that gives only a dim, blurred reflection of reality, as in a riddle or an enigma. But then when perfection comes, we shall see in reality and face to face. Now I know in part, imperfectly, but then I shall know and understand fully, clearly, even in the same manner as I have been fully and clearly known and understood by God. Even so, faith, hope, love abide. Faith, the conviction and belief respecting man's relation to God and divine things. Hope, joyful, confident expectation of eternal salvation. Love, true affection for God and man, growing out of God's love for and in us. These three, but the greatest of these is love. 1 Corinthians chapter 13.